The Pro Football Hall of Fame has put out its list of semifinalists, and the San Francisco 49ers have 3 former players on that list. If you can see from the graphic, you see Anquan Boldin, wide receiver for the San Francisco 49ers, running back Ricky Waters, and linebacker Patrick Willis. Now, we all know these 3, and we know how great they were with their time with the San Francisco 49ers, and they have done big things throughout their careers. But this is Patrick Willis's 5th time as a semifinalist. Obviously, we know he played from 2007 to 2014, and he had to retire early due to toe issues. And so that kind of cut his career short. But even though he played a short career, which was 8 seasons, he still had 733 solo tackles, 217 assisted tackles, 20 and a half sacks, 5 fumble recoveries, and 8 interceptions. He was selected to play in 7 Pro Bowls out of the 8 seasons in which he played and won Defensive Rookie of the Year award. Patrick Willis was a perennial All-Pro. He was the standard for the linebacker position when he entered the league out of Ole Miss. But again, it's just a tough situation because he only played 8 seasons, and it feels like that is currently being held against him in regards to making it in as a member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. But for running back Ricky Waters, it's almost the same type of situation for Patrick Willis. This is now his 4th time that he's been named a semifinalist for the Pro Football Hall of Fame. He was named in 2020 as a semifinalist, and then 2022 through 2024. Ricky Waters played for the San Francisco 49ers for 2 years. He also played for the Eagles and Seattle Seahawks. And over his time in his career, which was spanned 10 seasons, Ricky Waters had over 2,600 carries for over 10,000 rushing yards, and he also put over 460 catches for around 4,200 receiving yards and scored 91 total touchdowns. He was selected to the Pro Bowl 5 times, and he also added 1 championship ring. So Ricky Waters again has the numbers you would think that could put him into the hole, but there is a bit of hesitation apparently in regards to getting him in over other players. And also regarding Anquan Boldin, this will be his 3rd time as a semifinalist since he became eligible in 2022. And we know the story about Anquan Boldin. He came to the San Francisco 49ers later on in his career. The fact that the 49ers got him for like a 6th round pick from the Baltimore Ravens was absolutely insane because all he did with the 49ers was produce. In the 202 games that he played, he had over 1,000 receptions, nearly 14,000 receiving yards, and 82 touchdowns. He was an absolute baller. He was a guy that was so tough. He would not go down on first contact. He was personally one of my favorite players after he kind of broke Jerry Rice's some of his rookie records. So Anquan Boldin was a guy that I really appreciated before he became a Niner, and I appreciated even more after he became a Niner. But these are 3 players that to me are deserving of being in the Hall of Fame. But if you had to ask me which player out of these 3 do I think is the most deserving, I'm going to have to say it's Patrick Willis. And I get why Patrick Willis potentially is being held out if it is due to only playing 8 seasons in the NFL, but man, he was the standard for the linebacker position of that era. The things that he was able to do in those defenses with Vic Fangio and all the talent he had around him, Patrick Willis was an absolute game wrecker. He is in that same category of Ray Lewis, in my opinion, and some of the other great linebackers in the NFL to ever play. Patrick Willis is just a phenomenal player throughout his time. Unfortunately, injuries cut his career short, but I really do think that's the holdup when it comes to getting him into the Hall of Fame because he really he Could you name a better linebacker from 2007 and 2014? There were maybe a handful that would be in the same breath as Patrick Willis. So he is, in my opinion, one of the best linebackers of that era and kind of the last era of hard-nosed football where now everything is regulated by refs and do not hitting the quarterback and all these different things, all the rules that have been implemented that kind of take away what the defenses can do. But he was kind of that last old school era of linebacker, downhill, stop the run kind of a guy. He was just phenomenal. I hope he gets in one day. I don't know if he gets in this year. It'll be interesting to see if he can make it through. There are, of course, a lot of other really good quality candidates. So it'll be interesting to see what ultimately happens. But do you think any of these three guys get into the hole this year? And do you think any of these three guys break through at all in general? And when do you think P. Willie is going to get the call to the hall? Hopefully it'll be this year, but we are going to wait and see who actually gets in, if any of these San Francisco 49ers. Where's Roger Craig? Where's that guy? Um, so the crazy thing about the San Francisco 49ers is they're so dang good. They've been so good at being able to identify talent and over the decades, they have so many potential Hall of Famers out there. It's crazy. But it'll be interesting to see if any of these guys get in. Let me know what you guys are thinking in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.